Marcus Sullivan stood at the edge of the Naval Academy graduation ceremony, trying to make himself invisible. His clothes were worn but clean, scrubbed in a gas station bathroom that morning. He'd hitchhiked 3 days from Cleveland to Annapolis just to see this moment, to watch his son David walk across that stage. David didn't know he was coming. They hadn't spoken in 4 years, not since the night David had found him passed out drunk and said he was done trying to save a man who wouldn't save himself. Marcus had been sober for 14 months now, living in shelters, working odd jobs, getting better one day at a time. But he was still homeless, still the father who'd let his son down. He had no right to be here, but he couldn't stay away. He'd served in the Navy himself, 23 years ago, before his wife died, before the drinking destroyed everything. Watching David succeed, where he'd failed, felt like both the proudest and most painful moment of his life. As the ceremony concluded, Marcus turned to leave. He'd seen what he came to see, but someone grabbed his arm hard. A Navy Admiral was staring at him, not at his face, but at his forearm, where his sleeve had ridden up, exposing the faded tattoo. An anchor with a submarine silhouette, and the words USS Michigan SSBN 727 beneath it. The Admiral's face had gone pale. "Where did you get that tattoo?" Marcus straightened instinctively. "I served on the Michigan, sir. 23 years ago. Sonar technician." The Admiral's grip tightened. "What's your name?" Marcus swallowed. "Marcus Sullivan, sir. Petty officer, 2nd class, retired." The Admiral's eyes widened. "Sullivan? Jesus Christ. I was Lieutenant Commander James Hendricks. I was your XO on the Michigan, May 2001. Do you remember the fire in the reactor compartment?" Marcus felt the world tilt. The electrical fire that had spread during a drill threatened critical systems. He'd been off duty, but had run toward the flames, not away. He'd found 3 men trapped, including a young lieutenant commander. Marcus had wrapped himself in a wet blanket, crawled through fire, and dragged those men to safety one by one. 2nd-degree burns across his back and arms. They'd given him a medal, called him a hero. And then his wife died 6 months later, and the hero became something else entirely. If you've ever wondered whether past valor counts when present circumstances are tragic, stay with me, because what happened next would change everything. "I remember, sir," Marcus said quietly. Admiral Hendricks looked at Marcus with horror and grief. "You saved my life, Sullivan. You saved 3 lives that day. And this is where you ended up?" He gestured at Marcus's worn clothes, the obvious signs of homelessness. Marcus felt shame burn through him. "I made bad choices, sir. Lost my wife, started drinking, couldn't stop. Lost everything, including my son." He gestured toward the graduates. "David Sullivan, he's graduating today. I just came to see him. I was leaving." The Admiral pulled out his phone, made a call. "I need you to locate Ensign David Sullivan immediately. It's urgent." 5 minutes later, David appeared, confused. He saw the Admiral first, then Marcus. His expression transformed from shock to anger. "Dad?" Marcus stepped back. "I just wanted to see you graduate. I was leaving." Admiral Hendricks held up a hand. "Ensign Sullivan, listen to me. Your father is the reason I'm standing here today. May 2001, there was a fire in the reactor compartment. I was trapped with 2 other men. Your father ran through flames to pull us out. He saved 3 lives. He was a genuine hero. David's face registered shock. I didn't know. He never told me. Marcus shrugged. It was a long time ago. Doesn't excuse what I became. But Admiral Hendricks continued. Ivy spent 23 years building my career on the foundation of that second chance your father gave me. I made Admiral because I was alive to serve. I have 3 children because I came home. Every good thing in my life exists because Marcus Sullivan was brave enough to run toward fire. He turned to Marcus. The Navy takes care of its own, Sullivan, especially its heroes. I'm going to get you into a VA program, proper housing, job assistance. And I'm going to make sure people know what you did. David stepped forward, and Marcus thought he might walk away. Instead, his son wrapped his arms around him. I'm not ashamed of you, Dad, David whispered. I'm proud of you for saving those men, for getting sober, for coming here today even though you knew it might hurt. That takes courage. 2. The months that followed were hard but hopeful. Admiral Hendricks connected Marcus with VA resources, helped him get housing and treatment. A year later, Marcus stood in a ceremony as the Admiral pinned additional medals on his chest, honors that were somehow even more meaningful now. David was there in uniform, standing proud beside his father. Marcus had gotten a job at a veterans support organization, helping other homeless vets. Every man he helped felt like redemption. One evening, Marcus and David sat together watching the sunset. Admiral Hendricks told me I should be grateful to have a father like you, David said. He said not many men have the strength to save lives in a fire, and the strength to save their own life from demons. Marcus smiled sadly. I'm not sure saving yourself is the same as heroism. David shook his head. Running into fire is instinct, but getting sober, facing your demons, rebuilding piece by piece when it would be easier to give up, that takes sustained courage. That's a different kind of heroism. And Dad, you're doing it every single day. In a world that often forgets its veterans, that allows heroes to fall through the cracks and become invisible. Marcus's story reminds us that valor doesn't expire. If this moved you, don't just share it. Find out how you can help veterans in your community. Support programs that provide housing, mental health care, addiction treatment. Because somewhere right now, a hero is struggling, and they need us to remember them. Marcus came expecting nothing and found redemption through recognition. But thousands more are still waiting, still invisible, still needing someone to see them and remember who they were, who they still could be. Thank you for believing it is never too late to honor service and remind our veterans that we haven't forgotten them.